Hi, today I've got something special for you. I'm going to do my very best to give you my impression as a consumer of fine fragrances. I'm going to give you my opinion of my all-time favorite scent to wear. If you're new to my channel, please don't hesitate to hit the like button and the subscribe button, because currently at this time of filming, we have 6 subscribers and I probably know who they all are. So I'm excited about that. The first 6 people here on this channel, I'm really excited to have you all, and I'm really excited to see how this channel develops. I've got a lot of very interesting ideas. Almost all of them have to do with fragrances. Some of them have to do with perfumery, which I've been studying, and being very excited to delve into that and the world of fragrance addiction. I love to share my stories because I know that there's so much like your stories, but you don't know that. So I would like to share just what it's like to be a fragrance junkie and also to be learning perfume at the same time, because the afflictions do cross over, and it's just kind of interesting to see how they interplay sometimes, actually. So right now I'm looking up some information on raw gold. I'm looking at Perfumo because that's what the fragrance nerds use. So I gotta get on it. I gotta get on this. I gotta get used to the way it looks. Yes, okay, good. They have a nice little picture next to it. It's a nice basic layout. I think I can do this. Okay. Hi everyone. It's Johanna here today with you. And as you can see, as I'm holding up, I've got this ready to retire bottle of raw gold by Thomas De Monaco. My bottle is bottle number 128 out of 1400. And here's the box that it came in. It's been a while since I opened this box. I got this probably, well, let's see here, June 9th, 2022. That's what I have written on the back here. So June 9th. So this was my first real like indie fragrance here. And I heard about it from Sebastian Jar on the Perfume Guy channel. I was just noticing here on the back of this packaging, it gives the ingredients for raw gold. And as a perfumer here, I am, I'll just say, interested to take a look at this, because I've never seen this, I've never noticed this detailed of an ingredients list. I know this is now what everyone needs to do, but I don't think so it says here, after first maturing for 2 years, raw gold has been bottled as a limited edition of 1,400 flacons. Ingredients: denatured alcohol, aqua, parfum, alpha isomethyl inone, limonene, benzyl alcohol, benzyl benzoate, benzoic acid, geraniol, coumarin, cinnamol, linalool, citral, eugenol, isoeugenol, citronellol, BHT, and farnesol. The only thing I don't know what it is on here is farnesol. This cannot be, this is, it's got a lot more ingredients than this because it's got patchouli in it. It's got 20-year-old aged patchouli in here. I just want to hold this bottle. I just want to keep holding this bottle. I love this bottle. I'm giving it away. What I really think of this. So what do I really think of this for fragrance? It's powerful. It's cocooning. It goes down, it dries down to a really nice, almost like, it's got a tinge of sourness to it. that really draws me in. I'm pretty sure it comes from the patchouli, actually. That's what when I wear patchouli fragrances, like professional patchouli fragrances, I get a kind of like when it ages, it kind of gets a little bit of sourness, like a musky sourness. It's kind of combining with a natural musk. And I really like that. In fact, that's why this is my favorite fragrance to sleep in. I have not been sleeping in this fragrance in more than a month because I'm looking for my backup bottle. I've got 2 backup bottles of this because this is a limited edition, 1,400 bottles made, and there's no promises for sure that we're going to have this afterwards. So I made sure to get myself 2 backup bottles as soon as possible. I guess I need to say it. I bought this bottle by myself. This cost $300 from Lucky Scent is where I purchased it. I purchased some of my backup bottles from ZGO Perfumery, but they're the same price. So the price of this fragrance was $300 for 50 milliliters. It's pretty expensive. It really is. But I would say it's completely worth it. Unless you just don't like strong fragrances. If you don't like strong, leathery fragrances with a lot of other complexity that's dense, if you don't like patchouli, then forget about it. You need to like patchouli or you will like it after this is done with you. But this is a strong fragrance. So it's been how many months now? Since June 9th, and now it's March of 2023. So it took me about 9 months to get to this point. And this is with controlling myself when it comes to spraying, because I would like to take at least 3 sprays each bedtime with this. So I have not smelled this in well over a month since I retired this bottle. Let me just... Wow. Okay. So it's hitting me a little different than it did before. I now can definitely identify honey in this. In fact, it's a resinous honey. It's kind of like a honey amber. You know how amber is like really crystallized and hard? It's like that. It's like a honey that's like that. Okay, the leather and the patchouli blend together in a very unusual way. There's a lot of blending in here. Like, there's not a lot of individual notes. There's not like a top, mid, and base, really. I mean, there might be a base, but there's just like a whole upper region, and it is strong. It's fairly linear, but not in a bad way, in a good way. It's like you want this to be linear. It's reliable, it's dependable. It's the perfect man in that way. So now I'm going to take a look at the notes. I haven't looked at these in several months, but I've got the notes pulled up here. The published notes from Fragrantica and Profumo, they differ. And I looked on the Thomas De Monaco website and I can't find any published notes whatsoever. Not very much information at all about the specifics of this perfume. So on Fragrantica, which is my standby, it's just easy for me at this time. They mention liquor, coffee, and black pepper in the top notes. Those are the same as Profumo, but Fragrantica also mentions in the top notes vetiver and plum. I would say probably, yeah, on the plum, I could see that, but vetiver in the top note, I don't know. So the middle notes, lipstick, suede, and leather, definitely. And that's the same for Profumo. The base notes, Fragrantica mentions tonka bean, Profumo does not. Civet, both of them mention civet, and maybe that is actually what I'm talking about when I say the sour that I get in the dry down. The sour is not just the patchouli, but it's the blend of the patchouli and the civet that I believe I'm getting from, you know, with that musky dry down that I love. Saffron and Apopanax. Profumo also mentions honey in the base and cigar. I can see that. I can see that, especially if it's tobacco. Tobacco can have kind of a sour, sharp aspect to it. Sweet in that way. And I definitely think there's tobacco in this. Tonka, yes, most likely. Let me just see what else. Oh, I know, Profumo. Profumo mentions oak in the base. It does not say oak moss, it says oak. So oak does come in an absolute, like the oak bark or the actual tree comes in a absolute. And it is a mid note usually. But Profumo has that mentioned in the base notes. As I said before, these notes really blend together well and come across as a unified accord. So, and there is this, I do get the sense with this perfume that there are a lot of things amped up and thrown in there together. It's kind of like everything but the kitchen sink type of feeling, but not in a bad way, in a really good way. I just wanted to say that. On Fragrantica, the main accords that are listed up near the top next to the photo of the bottle, the main accords are leather, and then just under that, powdery. Let me just see. I don't pick up on powdery here. All right, there is a powdery aspect to it. It's not a baby powder, but it could be iris. Or maybe it's the honey or the apopanax. Okay, there's something powdery here. I just wouldn't necessarily call it the second most abundant main accord. After that, warm, spicy, musky, animalic, yes. Amber, I can see it, yeah, amber. It's definitely got an amber base. Woody, yes. Then sweet. Yes, it's sweet because of the honey. Now, why don't they have a honey accord? They don't list it. And alcohol and aromatic at the very bottom. I don't get anything aromatic here. Now, people sometimes want to hear about the wearability as far as seasons. I haven't been involved in collecting for even a year, so I'm not going to be able to speak to all the seasons very well. I tend to wear winter fragrances all year round. This is a heavy fragrance, yes. Some people probably would not want to wear it in the summer. I'm not feeling like it would be dangerous to wear in the summer, but I think that it's probably pretty strong. So if you're not comfortable smelling like patchouli when you sweat, then you might want to stay away from it. But it's definitely got the leather to balance out the patchouli. As far as masculine, feminine, or unisex, this perfume fragrance is marketed as unisex, but I will say I would call this more on the masculine. Yeah, I would call this on the masculine side. It's not like a woman can't wear it, and it's not like you smell like a man if you wear it, but if you wear this, it's not floral. It's not floral. The honey is the closest to floral that you'll get. So if you think of feminine fragrances as needing to have florals, this is not it. But this reminds me along the lines of the vintage, some of the vintage heavy patchouli fragrances. It's not very close, but Givenchy Gentleman. Like, it's not very close, but it's along those lines. Basically, I have smelled probably close to 1,000 fragrances, which isn't really that much in the grand scheme of things, but I've never smelled anything even close to this. Bee by Zoologist is like less than 10% there. That's only because of the heavy honey. This does not, it's not just honey in this. This is very, very much suede as the type of leather, and the civet. So if there are 3 main notes that I would say blend together the most, that are in this fragrance, I would say it is patchouli, honey, and civet. So if you like patchouli, honey, and civet, and you want it to be strong, and I'm gonna say it beast mode, then, and long lasting, 12 plus hours, then this would be a dream come true for you, I think. No, there's 4. There's patchouli, leather, civet, and honey. Those 4. That's all you need to know about this fragrance. So to summarize, I highly recommend this. This is my favorite scent, my favorite fragrance, and I don't think it was overhyped. I would say, now that I have it, I would say it's not overhyped. I'm gonna put this to bed in its box, put it away for the fragrance library in my collection. I still need to get some shelves for my fragrance library. Now to find my backup bottle.